just really scared. I just hope the wind doesn't change.
We're just starting out to build a house, man.
Hello, I'm Augie Giel, President of the San Diego County Fire Chiefs Association. Thank you for taking the time to watch our Before the Threat Disaster Preparedness video. The Before the Threat campaign is provided in cooperation with the San Diego Office of Emergency Services, the San Diego County Fire Chiefs Association, our San Diego and California Fire Safe Councils, and Farmers Insurance. This information is designed to assist residents throughout San Diego County who live in the wildland-urban interface areas to prepare before the threat of the next big fire. Our message is to get ready before the threat. Get set and develop your disaster and evacuation plans. And finally, if the time comes, go and evacuate early. The Before the Threat campaign is designed to help forge a new partnership between you and your local firefighters.
The 2003 Cedar wildfire and 2007 Harris and Witch wildfires devastated San Diego County. As they burned through dry brush and rugged terrain, tens of thousands of acres were burned, with thousands of homes and buildings being destroyed, and tragically, lives were lost. Fires are an ever-present year-round threat in California. Dry brush and trees become fuel for a major fire that can be set by lightning, careless campfires, a tossed cigarette, even sparks from seemingly harmless machinery such as lawnmowers or edgers or electrical tools. From disasters come lessons, and one lesson that is evident from the 2007 wildfires is that public education works. Property owners who knew how to protect their homes before a fire had a much better chance of having a home to return to after the fires were contained and put down. That is because the San Diego County fire agencies had a far greater opportunity to fight for the homes that were prepared and ready. On the other hand, countless numbers of homes and buildings were reduced to rubble because of their owners' lack of defense preparation. Wildfires threaten San Diego County year-round. As a result, homeowners who are interested and properly educated about what they can do to help combat wildfires around their homes, and if they do those things, they will provide a huge assist to reducing property loss, minimizing injuries, and in fact saving lives of both themselves and other residents, and the firefighters who are in the trenches. The probability of wildfires in the San Diego area is not if, it is simply when. The purpose of this DVD is to provide information that will empower San Diego County residents to be ready for the next fire. Please watch and listen carefully so you can do your part to reduce the chances of a loss from the next fire. Let's all make sure that history does not repeat itself. Preparation for a wildfire can begin as early as shopping for a home and knowing what some of the hazards are. In this video, we will cover suggestions on creating a defensible space and some of the important aspects of making your home safe. Where that home is located is an important consideration. Would you build your home on top of a chimney?
One other consideration when purchasing a house or building a house on the property is the geography of the land around it. For example, behind me here, we have a classic example of a chimney or a draw, where the land goes upward, forming a draw or a drainage that leads up to those structures at the top of the hill. The problem with this is if fire ignites at the bottom of this drainage, it will rapidly spread in a V pattern up both sides of this drainage, igniting all the fuel as it goes. As it does so, it'll preheat by conduction and convection the heat up the canyon, and it will preheat the structures, particularly the eaves, or in this instance, you have wooden fences on both structures on either side of that drainage at the top of the hill. Those wooden fences are also connected to the structure. Once those fences ignite, as you can see, there's plenty of fuel to do that. It will burn along the fence and catch the structures on fire.
What can you do before the fire? One of the first things firefighters need is defensible space, which is an area that is not likely to burn. You might call this Fire 101. Check your terrain. Here's what one Spring Valley couple is doing to protect their property.
We saw the property and we thought about fires, and we just decided that we could handle it, that we'd do whatever was needed to clean it up and make it fire safe. Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me up here today, and I'm really glad you're deciding to clean up your property and get it fire safe. It looks like you've got a lot of work to do here. It's real important to have that defensible space around your home, so any dry, dead vegetation should be removed, and then you can kind of just weed out some of the dead and leave some of the native vegetation, but you know, have it sparse and don't give it a path to come up and ignite your home.
When creating defensible space, please follow your local codes and thin the native shrubs. Don't clear the ground, as that will create soil erosion, and many flammable weeds will grow back. Prune tree branches that overhang the roof and remove dead vegetation at least once a year. Also, make sure nothing is collected on your roof or in your rain gutters. You may have purchased firewood for the cold winter nights. Keep it away from the house. That too goes for mulch. Fire prevention isn't limited to your home's exterior. You can lessen the chance of your home being destroyed by installing smoke detectors in every room, and be sure to regularly change their batteries. Many new homes have sprinkler systems and carbon monoxide detectors. And while a fire extinguisher is certainly no match for a wildfire, it can sure help in the home and possibly stop a fire while it's small before it gets out of hand. Be sure to keep portable electric fans and heaters away from furniture, and also install an automatic shutoff valve for your gas line.
We consider this house to be a safe house because of all the clearing and the internal fire suppression, the boxed eaves, and the vegetation around the property is drought tolerant, so it's full of water. There's not any fuel really per se to create flying embers and more heat. Heat is really the problem. Even the trees are away from the house.
Michael Highfield built his home to meet the challenges of living in a higher risk urban interface area. Now keep in mind, you can address the same issues in your home with minor retrofits. A very affordable fix is to make sure attic vents are covered with metal mesh screens to keep the embers out. Please check with your local agency as to the recommended size of the metal mesh. If you have a deck, make sure there are no combustible materials under that deck. And when you can, replace fences and gates attached to the house with metal, vinyl, or brick materials.